Ya ikhwa, this is the issue that a lot of people make a mistake when it comes to. In regards in takfir and in tabdi'. Somebody opens a book, he reads that whosoever does so and so is a kafir or he's a mubtadi'. Then he looks at people next to him. If he sees his father doing this, he says, you are mubtadi'. You are a disbeliever. We say, la. I do not know one alim worth the name that said otherwise. All of the ulama tell you there is a difference between the general ruling and applying the ruling itself upon a specific individual. There is a difference between the general ruling and applying the specific ruling and applying the ruling upon a specific person. For example, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, صنفان من أهل النار لم أرهما قوم معهم صياط كأذناب البقر يضربون بها الناس ونساء كاسيات عاريات مائلات مميلات رؤوسهن كأسنمة البخت لا يدخلن الجنة ولا يجدن ريحها وإن ريحها توجد من مسيرة كذا وكذا. And in another narration of the hadith, he said, على رؤوسهن كأسنمة البخت. And he said in the second narration, and it is an authentic narration, he said, إلعنوهن فإنهن ملعونات. So the very known hadith that two types of the people of the hellfire, I did not see that people that have, what do you call them? Whips, like the tails of cows they hit people with. And women that are kasiyatun ariyat, they are dressed and yet they are naked, ma'ilatun mumilat, and so on. In the end, he said, il'anuhunna, curse them, فَإِنَّهُنَّ, for surely they are mal'unat, they are cursed. طيب. Now somebody looks at his sister or somebody's sister and he says, you are mal'una, la'natullahi alayki, oh so and so. We say, la. The la'na here, as the ulama said, you say, la'natullahi ala al-kasiyati al-ariyat. The curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon the kasiyat and ariyat in general. But don't apply it upon a specific woman. The same thing when it comes to takfir and tabdi', an exception for a few things, but we're talking about the case in general. In almost all the cases. Why? Because there's a criteria that has to be met. And here Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab is telling us about this. الفرق بين لعن المعين ولعن أهل المعاصي على سبيل العموم. There's a difference between cursing the la'na, saying the curse of Allah, the la'na of Allah is upon you, oh so and so, you specify him by name, and in general, in regards to a certain sin. You understand? Barakallahu fikum. Instantly, ya akhwa, take this from me. The person who instantly starts applying the general rulings upon specific people by name, he is a jahil, a person who is ignorant. Not someone that you should pay attention to, not listen to, not even pay attention to. Because he has nothing of ilm, he has nothing, utterly nothing of knowledge. He heard a couple of things and now he starts applying them to people. You must understand this. Whosoever, but the Salaf al-Salih said, whosoever does this and this, then he is mubtadi'. So therefore, this person is a mubtadi'. We say there's a criteria that has to be met. And making tabdi' of an individual is not up to you. It's up for those who are knowledgeable. Who said this? Al-Allama Salih al-Fawzan. And every other alim that we have learned from and we have seen and their mashayikh and so on. They always say matters of takfir and of tabdi' and so on, it is for the knowledgeable, not for the ignorant. And we say, Ya akhi, produce your authority. If I am mistaken, come to me. Don't make tabdi' of me and don't cuss me out. Come to me and say, AbdulAziz, you made a mistake. Teach me. I'm open to learn. Teach me. Say, AbdulAziz, you made a mistake. Here you go. Our Salaf al-Salih, they said, the ignorant can make tabdi' and can make takfir, and there is no criteria that has to be met, and it's not for the ulama. It's also for the ignorant. It's not for the people of ilm. It's also for the ignorant or the beginner students a lot. produce the authority. You cannot, then you have to know that you are the one who is mistaken. And I reach out to these brothers that made channels or that speak about this in private sittings and so on and so forth. I reach out to them. I say, Ya akhwa, rectify yourselves. Rectify yourselves. Ya akhwa, if somebody pointed this out to you, you heard me today. You said, I'm going to prove you wrong, AbdulAziz. You are mistaken. Some of the brothers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive them, they instantly start calling me names. Or calling somebody else, you mumayya, you are filthy, you are this. La, la, la. No problem, akhi. Teach me. No problem, inshallah azza wa jal. And the same thing applies to you. Say, okay, I'm going to prove him wrong. And then you start looking at what the ulama said. You start looking at Salaf al-Salih. And then you find out that you were wrong. طيب. It is not. Alhamdulillah. Say, Ya Rab lak alhamd, that you have showed me, taken me out of my misguidance or taking me out of my mistakes, and rectify yourself. Brothers, when you rectify yourself and you take something publicly that you have said which is wrong back in the day, you are only going to grow higher in the eyes of people. They're going to respect you more. If you do the opposite, believe me, barakallahu fik, you are going to, others are going to think of you as to be what? To be lowly. And this is a person that doesn't admit his mistakes, and this is a person who is a deviant or this and that. For a person that realizes his mistakes and he rectifies himself and so on, with proper knowledge, and then he comes out and he says, what I did is a mistake, and he rectifies himself, wallahi, you're gonna grow more, and you will be held in high esteem and more honorable in the eyes of people. They will think of you, they won't think less of you, they will think more of you. Nah.